Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad you're here this morning. Got a big show lined up. Special guest here in the studio. But first, let's take a look at our weather. Brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning. Drew Pollard and hard-working crew taking care of our everyday comfort needs. And boy, has it been comfortable this week. Same way today. High of 79, low of 63. On the drawback, it's still dry all throughout the Panhandle. So be careful out there and don't do any kind of fires or anything like that. Our water temperature at the end of the pier is 72 degrees. Take a look at our river reading brought to us by Panama City, Coca-Cola. We're looking at, folks, both rivers have been low for what, 3 or 4 weeks now. It remained the same, 1.5 on the Apalachicola, on the Choctawhatchee, 0.9. And we've talked about a couple of boat accidents we've had where veteran boaters have run over stumps and all, just not knowing they're there. So it's just so low. So be extremely careful if you're planning a river trip this weekend, and especially up in those creeks and all. Of course, in the creeks you got to go slower anyway, but don't put a hammer down on the river like you normally do. So it's just it could be dangerous. Take a look at our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. We're in another day of neap tides, so we got a couple more days of neap tides. But like I said yesterday, look at next week's tide chart, strong. So go ahead and plan a couple of trips in for next week. Be good, strong tidal flow. Wind today will be coming out of southeast at about 8. That's a good day to be outdoors. All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. We're glad to have our guest this morning. This is Tyler Helms. Welcome to the show.
Nice to be here. Nice to be here with you guys.
Great to have you. The youth pastor at First Baptist Church, downtown Panama City.
That's it.
Know a lot of folks down there, and they're getting ready for this big cookout, this big men's night. And I've done this for years, so Tyler's here to talk about that. It's going to be, first of all, let's show the poster first. It's going to be called Man Up. It'll be week, right here, November 14th, next Tuesday night. And of course, the guest speaker will be Mark Rick, and we'll talk about him later. But first of all, before we get into this, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from?
Yeah, I am born and raised in Marianna, Florida. Done ministry all around the southeast, out on the beach, up in North Georgia, and over in Marianna as well. Getting to serve First Baptist is a pleasure of mine right now. We're serving 6th grade all the way through college graduate, my wife and I, and we're just having a good time doing what we're doing.
Well, I told him this is what a special responsibility and service he does to our world, really. Mm-hmm. But here locally, it's something else. I know the challenges and also the rewards of what you do is something.
Absolutely.
Well, we're glad to have you. Marianna, a lot of you Marianna folks are watching, so you got family all up in there?
Family all there up in Geneva, Alabama, a little bit of everybody.
All right. Okay, so you went to graduate from high school. So what did you do after you graduated? And what happened? You went on to Graceville, or?
Well, I graduated high school. I got my business degree from Chipola College. Shout out to all our Indians over there. And then I went on to BCF, and then got my undergrad at New Orleans Seminary, and then I'm currently at Southern Seminary, continuing on towards my PhD.
Be calling you a doctor. Doctor for
one day, we hope so.
Well, that's a great process to go through and all. So anyway, this men's ministry at a lot of our different churches, we talk about different. We just have one in Highland Park, and there's some churches really just step up and really do a great job with it. And your church has been for years have done it, and has some amazing speakers year after year and all. So, and this year's speaker is another amazing guy, Mark Rick.
That's it.
I actually got to meet him a long time ago when he was actually a quarterback at Miami. So that's how long that was. And, but he was what a class act, and what a record he had at Georgia.
Absolutely.
And he's a great speaker. I've heard him one time before. I really looking forward to it this time. But usually we all doing a little bit different this year. Mm-hmm. So tell us about it.
Yeah, so most of you guys are probably very familiar with our Wild Game Dinner we've been doing for 20 plus years down at First Baptist. Mm-hmm. And we're just looking to do that event, but we're going to retool it just a little bit. And so in years past, we've had a big Wild Game Dinner, and this year we're going to shift away from that large dinner, and we're actually going to be doing food trucks. So this will be a large food truck event. We've got a bunch of other moving pieces, but the food truck aspect is probably one of the biggest shifts. And so you want to make sure if you're coming and going to eat and hang out with us, you do want to bring some money for all those food trucks.
Bring a couple of dollars with you. But you know, what a neat way to do this, because it is just massive to cook for that many people. You don't have 12 to 1,500 people show up, and you know, I do cookouts for 10 or 15. This wears me out. And every year I watch these guys, and like the Highland Park guys, it takes them a couple of days to do that. So this is a great alternative. We're still going to eat some really good food. Those food trucks
help support local guys.
Well, it's a local business, and my biggest problem when I go to a situation like a festival or something, see, I can't decide which one I want. That one looks good, then I look over, oh, that one looks good. So I might get some samplers at each one of them. But I'm looking forward to, first of all, the fellowship, but the food's going to be good.
Yeah, it will be.
So now they're really doing some neat things. So I'm going to show this right here. Let's talk about the archery. What are y'all going to do?
Yes.
Okay.
So we're going to be hosting an iron buck archery competition, and from what we are aware, this is a one-of-a-kind competition. We are sponsored by C&G Sporting Goods for this event. It's about $1,500 worth of a grand prize for this. And we have a one-of-a-kind, life-size steel target that you guys are going to be shooting into. One of the details for that specific piece of the event is please no competition bows. We want good old run-of-the-mill hunting bows. Okay. And it's a single arrow elimination event. You can be in the parking garage and practice from 5 to 5:30, and starting at 5:30, we'll take that competition right on for the next hour.
This is great. And I want to see a lot of you young people step up on this, because a lot of them are back into archery now. And what a prize, about $1,500 prize to win this. Yeah. And so that's going to be a lot of fun. But they want to use regular bows now. Nothing. Yep. So they're probably with the sights and all that. They can't use sights.
Keep all your specialty stuff at home. Show us what you really got.
There you go. Now see, that's the way it should be. Just nature at its finest. Because that's when I shoot, I just had a recurve and shot, and I missed some and made some. But that's going to be cool. And at school, when we're taught it at school, and when they still teach it at school, that's how they teach it. No sights or anything. You just sort of aim it and shoot and just practice. Yeah. So that's going to be a lot of fun. That's from 5 to 6:30.
That'll be from 5 to 5:30 is practice. 5:30 to 6:30 is the competition. Single arrow elimination.
Well, I'm certainly going to be there, and I don't know whether to bring my camera. I may just shoot some video on the phone, but we're going to take some pictures. Some of y'all shooting. Let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Tyler Helms with us from First Baptist Church in downtown Panama City, the youth pastor, and doing all kind of good things. And he has we have some people back behind the camera too that you've had a lot of help doing this. I mean, you're just sort of.
I'm just the face. We got a lot of moving pieces here with this one.
We hit the nail on the head. Craig Connor, the head man, but. What a staff they'll have down there. I know a lot of the folks. Yeah. And I know they work hard. But putting this together, now we have a Jeep right here. I picked up a Jeep. So tell us what's going on with this.
Yeah, so another aspect that we're adding to this year's Man Up men's event is the the Best in Show Jeep competition. So if you guys have a Jeep, come out, decorate it up. It's going to be by popular vote, and we have a cash prize for that winner. Everybody's going to get a ticket as they walk in the door. They drop it in your bucket to vote for you, and the Jeep with the most votes gets the money.
Well, that is cool. Man, I wish I maybe go back and get some of my old Jeeps. But now Jeff has a Jeep. So I may drive Jeff's Jeep down there if you don't want to come.
Just drive it out there. We'll put a big old picture of your face on it.
And here's the problem, though. Jeff, on the front of his Jeep, he has a Georgia Bulldog tag. I don't know if I could drive that. So I'd have to put a Gator tag on it or something. So, but that's just something else unique y'all have going on. So. Okay, tell us. Okay, the other thing that's cool, this pull-up challenge.
Yes, we got with our friends over at Manuel and Thompson, and they wanted to do a big partnership with us. And so we came up with this Marine pull-up challenge. And so what they're going to do from 5:15 to 6:15 during this event is the Marines will have the pull-up bar out there, and Manuel and Thompson have agreed to donate $1 for every pull-up within that hour. And the gentleman who does the most pull-ups gets to choose which local school they would like that money to go to. So a great way to show off your athleticism, raise money for local schools, and partner with some of these businesses. It'll be a nice little competition among the mix.
What a cool idea. Thanks Manuel Thompson for doing that. So all the pull-ups done, okay, you get $1 for each one, that makes a big old pot.
Yep.
And then the winner
gets to choose what school they want that money donated to.
Wow, that's going to be competitive.
Yeah.
And that's from 5:15?
5:15 to 6:15.
6:15, that'll be another area. You have the archery going on over here, the pull-ups going on over here. And
yep.
Is there any age limit on that?
There is no age limit.
Y'all need like a 50 plus, and then let us older guys do some, and then I don't know who would donate the money to.
We'll bring a chair out there, give you guys a little boost.
That's good. That's good too. Okay, so we got. Here's a picture of it right here, hosted by Manuel Thompson. But now, can they hold the palms toward them, or palms have to be away? That's going to have to be decided.
That'll be decided at the event.
You know, because in the old days you had to hold it away, but most recently they're doing it this way also. So I know some of y'all will be practicing and everything. So okay, so the whole thing it'll be starting next Tuesday night, and I know there's going to be a big crowd, always a big crowd, 1,500 people there. And also, you mentioned Justin Leak may be there, and also Fred Myers. We're going to talk a little bit about fishing. And those guys know a little bit about fishing. And be good to see them and all. So in the background, who are some of the people that really help y'all put this together?
Well, really the heavy loaders for this is our whole men's ministry together.
Yeah.
They work on these events year round. There's a lot of moving pieces. We'd take 2 more segments just to list them all out. We're very thankful for our men at our church that really step up and put these events together. We're thankful for men who do more than just cook some food.
Yeah, yeah. They really do an amazing job. I love going to just a fellowship, just talking to other outdoorsmen, and then hearing doing all this competition, all the food. They're hearing great messages of someone like Mark Rick. And Mark Rick really had working on the Bobby Bowden at FSU. If you read these stories and all about all these men and all, and Bobby Bowden was such a great influence on him, and that's when he became a Christian, was working on the Bobby Bowden, and it's an amazing story Mark had. So it'd be great to listen to him. Originally from Miami, in that Fort Lauderdale area, and played high school ball down there, and I was a quarterback at Miami. But I'm looking forward to it. What about the food? When we go to food trucks, y'all have big tables. I know in the past, that's one thing. Y'all haven't put up all those tables to eat. And I remember seeing like 100-something tables. Y'all had to break down after I saw y'all breaking down tables. I broke down 1 or 2 of them, but man, it's a job. It's
a whole job, but we want to make sure everybody has an opportunity to really enjoy the event, and we want to take care of all the background work so that everybody can have a undistracted good time. We focus on the things that are important. And
we had a metal target. I don't know if I can find it or not, if it's emailed to me, but do you know anything about a target he sent, or do you, let's see?
Yeah, so this target is a life-size steel target. We have some concentric circles towards the center of the target you guys are going to be shooting at, starting at a 6-inch target and then inch by inch working all the way down to a 2-inch target for that competition. This is going to be something really cool, something you guys do not want to miss. Okay, check it. We got it right here. Look here. Okay, so how do we, that's metal, okay? Man, it did a good job making that. So stand up. So how do you do it? You going to put a target in it, or you got to hit? Yep. We'll slide that shooting block down in the square there behind the hole. Okay. And each one of those holes gets smaller and smaller as we go. And remember, guys, this is single elimination arrows, so you got to make every arrow count. Okay. Derek McDavid is back here behind, and he said the hunting bows you can bring your sight. So we'll clarify that. You don't have to shoot bear bow. You can shoot with your sight. So that'll get more people in it and all. But that's and here are some from C&G. This is some of the prizes. This is what you can win right here, folks. Is that not about $1,500 worth? Is that not a fine bow?
and targets, and then some other things to go with it, bridge lock and all. So that's cool stuff.
Yeah, we appreciate our partners and friends over there at CNG bringing that on for us and making this a worthwhile competition.
I want you to notice something about this, because we often talk about, all the years I've done this show, we often talk about small business and we talk about local business. And who are these sponsors right here? Small business, local business. That's why we always encourage you to support our locally owned small businesses. This is some really good stuff. It's a win-win for all of us. And these men in the community and women in the community want to support something like this.
Yes, sir.
So that's really good stuff. We're going to take our final break, and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Let's take a quick look at our fishing game times before we get back to Tyler Helms from First Baptist. Our fishing game times is brought to us by another local business here in Panhandle and Port St. Joe, Blue Water Outriggers. Our time today, 7:44 to 9:44, and this evening from 8:04 to 10:04. I have such a deep appreciation, I know you do too, of people stepping up in the community, doing good, positive things, and this is one of them right here. And I appreciate it, and here it is. Tyler, it's called the Man Up First Men's Ministry. Here's the date and time and all. But there's some other things too. You mentioned about axe throwing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we will have axe throwing that's just out for anyone and everyone to participate in. That'll be a good piece to kind of pass the time as we're moving from competition to competition. Come show us what you got on that. We also have got some really good sponsors out there again this year. Our event sponsor, our main event sponsor for this year's Man Up event is RV Connections. So RV Connections is going to have some RVs out there. Harts Marine is going to have some boats. So some of the same things from years past and some new pieces as well. But you guys don't want to miss it. It'll be a great time, and we will wrap up the event moving inside with Mark Richt, and he's going to talk a little bit about football, but a whole lot about the Lord, what God's done in his life and his testimony. It'll be good.
It's a great story. His story's great. And then at the end, like all of these events we get together, they start raffling off and pulling out some tickets out of that.
Yep.
Some of the things you're giving away, what do we have?
We got a Ruger takedown that's going out, and a military 9mm as well. So you guys will want to stay around for the end for those pullouts and giveaways.
That's awesome, and just axe throwing, and they're not going to put pictures of me up on the wall to throw axes at, so you have to just use your imagination. But that's something that's become really popular lately. We never could do that out in the wind, but man, it is really cool seeing it all. I may give it a try. But anyway, we covered all of that, right? As far as, okay, another time, the food's going to be good, the fellowship's going to be good, and it's going to be good. So we appreciate coming on. So we still have a couple minutes left. And when I have my guests on, I always like to ask them, in different vocations we've had here, from, fishing guides to businessmen and all. And I always ask, one of the questions I always ask, as a youth pastor, what's your biggest challenge that you face, in general? I know.
Yeah. I would say, in general, overall, with our middle school, high school, and college students, the biggest challenge is probably simply the busyness. Everything is so busy, and we're in such a consumer world that being able to have conversations with people about the things that really matter, thinking about the afterlife, thinking about how the actions that we're taking are going to affect them, their family, their friends, their future, is one of the biggest things. But we are extremely blessed in our area, and specifically with the group of kids that we have. I can only speak to them, but they're hungry for truth. They are starting to ask those questions, and they are hungry for the Word of God. And so any of you out there that have grandkids or kids, or you're serving on a church that has kids, I really encourage you to get involved, bring the Word of God. They want to know, and they're seeking for answers.
And I was talking to Derek and Tyler, before we came on the air. We had a little conversation and all. And in all my years of experience with young people, and I spent my lifetime with them, and I know a lot of the things they go through, and this is the only thing that can save them. I know that, and I've talked about it at school on a limited basis as much as could. One of the biggest challenges is really when they finish school, and that age 19 or 23, and when they go off to school, to go off somewhere else, and they're away from home, and And that, to me, that's their biggest challenge of all, because a lot of them have such a structured situation with the youth ministry. So many of our churches throughout the Panhandle have such a structured, coming on Wednesday nights and youth nights and all. But that group's a big challenge. But you're trying hard on that also.
Yeah, we are. Our 19 to 24-year-olds, we're really focusing on having some of those conversations. What we have found is that for too long, students have been told what to think, and they've not been taught how to think biblically, how to think deeply, and how to be able to search the scriptures for themselves and find the truth of God's word and walking in that walk. But we're super proud of the students we've got. God's doing something cool.
Yeah. And so much of this goes hand in hand with nature and outdoors, because that's what, God has given us outdoors. And I often, when I get out on a boat, the first thing I do, I say, thank you, Lord, for this beautiful place. And when I get in a tree stand and see that sunset and all this, you have a certain closeness. And I've always felt that way since I was a kid. And as a kid, I didn't really understand it, but as I got older, I said, this sort of 2 and 2, this all goes together.
That's right. That's right.
So I want to encourage you as our viewing audience, and this is our show. We can talk about anything we want, and we really love talking about this situation like this, and we appreciate all the churches throughout the Panhandle and all the things they do. But a lot of times the outdoors is tied together with the men's outdoor ministry and doing different things like the archery. And next year they're going to do some cast netting and all kinds of different outdoor activities. So that's going to be cool stuff.
It will be.
So how many, now I want to say, is Greg Connor going to be shooting a bow and arrow?
That's a great question. Brother Connor, you better be out there and you better win.
I want to see.
Show us what you got.
Okay, well, I'm not going to put any money on it, but I do want to see it. And I know Emmanuel Thompson, they're really strong down there. Thompson, Waylon is a big outdoorsman, and he loves to do outdoor stuff and all. Well, we're going to wrap it up. Tyler, you did a great job for your TV debut. So,
well, I appreciate that.
We appreciate you coming on, and all the Mariana folks, I know they're proud of you up there.
Yep.
You got cousins and all up there?
Yeah, I got family there in the Grand Ridge, Sneads area. To shout out to Royce Reagan. Thank you for teaching me how to be on TV.
Okay, good deal. Well, okay, we'll look forward. We want to see y'all there, and I'm going to get there early, and we're going to shoot some video of y'all doing some of these things, and then we're going to have a good talk, and I'm going to try to pick out which food truck I want to get. That's right. Man, because it's going to be some good ones.
Derek said he'd pay for any of them if you want to try them.
No, bring a couple of dollars with you now, but it's worth it. That's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you so much. Bless you. Thank you. Thank you all for watching Panhandle Outdoors. We appreciate your viewership. Do something good for someone else today. Enjoy the outdoors, and let's take care of it. God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.